up, Sal?
Hey, how's it going, Us? What are we up to today?
Yeah, it's not. Well, we're. It's about time that we get you in and do a Planeswalker profile for Mr. Ida Deck Tech.
Yeah.
Yay.
How's it going, guys?
Hopefully you're excited.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. That doesn't sound so much, but we'll
Yeah.
jump into it. So, just talking about Magic in general. How'd you get into this game we call Magic?
2006, 2007, right out of high school, I got a job at the airport, and I walk into the break room, and one of my coworkers is sitting there, just playing with himself. Not in that sense, but he's just sitting there shuffling cards, and I'm just like, "What are you doing?" And he's just like, "Oh, these things are elves." And I'm like, "Okay, but what are you doing?" He's like, "Oh, it's a game called Magic. This is a." I'm pretty sure looking back now, it was like an illegal legacy elf deck. But he was just like shitting out things on board. He's like, "Oh, look, and then you just play this card and it's Progenitus." And I'm just like that game seems pretty broken and fun. So we went to another card shop in Carson, where I got started. And I remember buying, I think it was like Phyrexians versus Coalition. This is around the Shards block. So I remember
that dual deck.
Yeah, the dual decks.
Okay.
So I bought the dual deck. I liked it so much on the Coalition side that I ended up buying a second. So when I bought the second to improve my ally Coalition deck, my brother ended up smashing both the Sliver side. So yeah, so my brother ended up building like a effective Sliver deck, and I was running a 5-color ally deck, well, Coalition deck, but it was the worst because every land was tricolor. All of them entered tapped. I remember that, and I remember just like wondering why I couldn't get better cards. And then I realized you can buy singles, and so once I got into it, my coworker explained what standard is, drafting, and I started playing right near the end of the Alara block. So I ended up running Jund with like Bloodbraid Elves and cascading to like Blightnings. It was great. So around that time is when I got into it, and I played through the Phyrexian block, I played through Original World Wake, Zendikar, and I stopped right near Dark Ascension. So I remember reading the spoilers for Dark Ascension and just like seeing Restoration Angel and all that stuff. But you know, life catches up to you, like once you set it aside for so long. So I ended up taking about a 4 to 5 year break, and I came back when I heard we're going back to Zendikar. So around that time, me and my brother were just like, hey, you know, let's give Magic another shot. By this point, Modern was already established. And, the thing was, we were really, really, like, heavily in Commander. So when we came back, we had, like, all these Commander decks that we bought for, like, dirt cheap. And those 5 years absence, all the Commander staple cards just, like, skyrocketed in price. And then all the fetches that we collected during the Zendikar block after it rotated, we picked them up for, like, $10 a piece.
Jeez.
Yeah, so we show up to another card shop with just stacks and stacks of fetch lines. I'm talking about like Verdant Catacombs, Scalding Tarns, and I was just like, hey, how many of these do you want to pick up? And the guy's like, let me pick up like all of them. So me and my brother kept a play set of each fetch line to ourselves, and then we sold the rest of the stuff, and we both got like a good grand or so out of like our side of the collection.
Jeez.
And that, you know, and then at this point is when Abzan was in Standard again, Siege Rhinos and Offenzas, and I got into Standard. Met some really good people out of like a smaller card shop in Inglewood, and we eventually started playing in Manhattan Beach. And from there, everybody was kind of like, hey, you know, we want a faster format. And that's when like I got involved. We started doing Modern, started promoting like shops and like going around. I started talking to like other card shops, like, hey, you know, like let's pull people together. Let's make this not a shop thing.
And now you're eating decks, really.
Yeah, and now like I have an established team. Like I'm working with 3 other card shops, like 4 other so including Legion, Game Hub, Colt, and Power 9. Like we're all on the same page. Like this is a community thing, and in order for me to stay and not quit like I did last time, I needed something that was bigger than me, and I'm a pretty big guy.
Well, so I guess on that note, what's your favorite thing about Magic? Is it the community, or is it something about the game that itself is bringing you back?
It's a great equal balance of every element that exists in Magic to me. So like the game mechanics are amazing. I love reading into the way cards interact, the way like the stack works. You can outplay your opponents just on like them not understanding like rulings, triggers, things of that sort. There's also like the outside mentality of it, like bluffing, holding lands, like that aspect is great. The community plays a big part in it. It always does, because you can go anywhere. You know, everybody's essentially there to escape something. You know, it sounds a little bit messed up, but we enjoy it. We enjoy going, and when you go somewhere, you want to feel comfortable and not judge. You want to like show your better side of you. And I assume everybody wants to show the best side, but the community is like a great part. Like just this last year.
Sal need a hug now. Need a hug now, bro. Okay.
Yeah. So like great examples where like it was just like this is what the community is about. We've had, you know, we've had people have decks stolen from them, from their cars. We've had people like essentially hurt the community, and being able to see like the Magic players themselves go and say, this isn't going to hurt us, we're going to do what we can to help, has been great. We've had friends, again, like we've had friends like lose their decks, like stolen out of their cards. And in 2 instances, one guy had his entire like EDH deck stolen, and then me and a few people at the shop just like built him his deck card by card within a day. When another friend lost his stuff, like all the card shops offered to sell him his deck, like, you know, his deck list back to him at a cheaper cost. And it's great. Like times like that is when you just look at the community like, all right, there's something here, you know, like this is bigger than what we come to like play here for.
Dude, I get it. Yeah, no, that's awesome. Just like doing these kind of things. Like,
and like this,
I feel this is awesome.
Yeah, there's like how many people are featured in this channel? It's so many people. Yeah, and like I'm sure people that watch it don't realize like every single person that you see on here are good friends. We talk, we go eat, we hang out, and it's just really good. It's a good thing, and that's why like this channel is a great opportunity to like show people who the people behind the cameras are, and it's great. I like it.
Okay, so my one last question. If you could narrow it down to one or maybe two, what's your favorite Magic moment?
Favorite Magic moment? I have a lot of weird interactions that have happened with me.
All right, shoot me off the one that just comes to mind first.
One of them, the most recent, would be GP Las Vegas.
Okay.
Now, the time of this video, we're 2-3 weeks off of Vegas.
No, a little bit more than that.
Yeah. So we're a little bit off, and you know, Vegas was great. I'm in round 8, and I'm playing the new Vasir combo deck, and like I lost due to the combo. He did like infinite mana and casted like a Walking Ballista and killed me turn 3 or 4. So I'm just sitting there like, all right, well, I'm fucked. Game 2, I mean he could have kept the bad hand, but I just get the Grim Flare and Goyf hands.
Okay. Yeah.
So I just like rush him.
Big dudes and I attack.
Yeah. So the little removal that I had just went a long way and killed him. So game 3, I'm going in there, and I kept telling myself, don't tap out, don't tap out, don't tap out. So the board state on the end of his turn was Kitchen Finks, the Vasir,
the one that prevents counters. -1/-1.
Yes, counters. And then the other one where you can sack a creature to scry 1.
Yep. Okay.
And so I'm sitting there, and I even look at the board state and I say, oh, that's cool. I have a Scavenging Ooze. So if he tries to go off the combo, like I can just eat it in response, and he can't gain infinite life. Mm-hmm. And I have a single fetch land. I'm like, okay, end step fetch, and the guy goes, in response, I'll gain infinite life. So I'm sitting there. There's about 35 minutes on the clock, and the guy's at infinite life. And like in my head, I'm just like, this sucks. Like I lost. Yeah. But I hear a lot of people in the back of my head at this point, like, never give up. There's always a way around. Like, this one I remember Casey. Fuck you, Casey. I remember Casey's head. He was just like, at one point he was just like, if they do it, that's fine. Just keep playing that out. Maybe they'll mess up. So I'm just like, sure, you can have infinite life, dude. And he passes. I get my land, and I just start drawing like single removal board wipes. And then for some reason, like 5 minutes pass, and I'm just looking at myself, and I'm just like, there's 30 minutes on the clock. He has infinite life. I don't know how I'm gonna get out of this. So I end up drawing a Tireless Tracker, and this is the part where I tell you like the outside meta mentality of playing Magic comes in hand. So I purposely held down fetch lands, and I start openly bragging that my Tireless Tracker is drawing me 2 cards per turn. So the player across from me tutors for his tireless tracker, and then tutors for one of the newer cards. It's an artifact, like beginning of your upkeep, scry 1, whenever you cast a creature spell, pay 1 green, draw a card.
Yeah, the Bestiary, Lifecrafter's
Correct.
Bestiary. Yep.
So he's drawing 2 cards per turn with his tireless tracker, and he's laughing. He's like, "Oh my god, my next turn's gonna be amazing." And I'm just like, "What the hell is he gonna do?" So I draw into an Anafenza, the foremost, and just pass. You know, we're a stalemate at this point. I've ultimately down to the last hope. I'm at like a few life, but he can't attack because I can just.
You just have a million.
Yeah, I just chump block for days. Yeah, and I'll gain a bunch of life. So then on his turn, he does like Noble, pay 1, draw a card. Bird, pay 1, draw a card. Bird, draw a card. Noble, draw a card. And then he's like, oh, play a fetch land, like trigger. So now from that point on, he's drawing 5 cards per turn. And there's about 15, 20 minutes on the clock. So in my head, my game ender presented itself. I said, pretend and brag that you're drawing so many cards and hope this guy decks himself out. So my turns go, draw land, go. Draw land, go within a second. All his turns is play this, draw a card, play this, draw a card, draw a card, draw a card, tireless tracker, trigger, draw a card, token, draw a card, draw a card. And he finally got into like a Galvani Township, and then he passes turn and I draw Damnation. So I play Manafenza from 2 turns ago, Damnation the board, exile all his stuff, and just say pass. So now he's at about 7 cards in his library, and there's like 2 minutes left on the clock, and I'm just again draw, go. And I thought he was gonna notice it, but there comes a chance where he sits there and he waits, and he's like, okay, pass. So like right as soon as it says pass, the judge says time in the round, and I just say pass, 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 and he decked out.
Nice.
That was my favorite moment so far. Like that should tell you like, don't give up, don't get tilted, be cool, and just like find a way to win. And my way to win wasn't presented in my deck, but it was just like, how cocky do I want this person to get against me?
Or if you mess up and crack your fetch before they do something.
Yeah. So I mean, that's what I
Make
should
them
get out of
mess
it.
up.
Yeah. But that's what I should get out of it. But it was one of those things where I just passed, and the judge shows up, and he's like, "Is it a draw?" And I said, "I won." And the judge is like, "But just like a few minutes ago, you said he had infinite life." And I'm like, "Yeah, but he decked out." And the guy's just sitting there, and he's like, "I shouldn't have drawn. I shouldn't have fetched." So the guy starts kicking himself, and you know, I just said, "Can you please sign this?" And I walked away, went to the bathroom, washed my face, and I was like, "Don't fuck up. Like, stop. Like, this, you got lucky. This was like, you should have lost. Like, I should have lost that match, you know." But it's one of my like current favorite moments. I think my favorite moment as a community, besides just like not me, Eldrazi Winter. There was a bunch of us at a shop, and we're all watching LSV play the new deck against what's his name, Frolic.
Ephro?
Yeah, so they're both playing, and it was like the epic play. Like, we're all sitting there watching it, and nobody was playing Magic. It was just a community, just us sitting there watching LSV play, and like being able to see like that many people like focused and like one passion of a game was great. And then like the guy passes,
and then the gut shot.
Yes, the gut shot.
The
So
gut shot. Yeah,
so like
that was awesome.
What was awesome is like you saw like everybody in the room just jump and light up the second they showed gun. Everybody was just like, holy shit. And then he's like gut shot for game, and then like the entire room just like blew up, and like to the point where like people from the shop next door came over like, is everything okay? It was like, LSV did something. like so
other people are like, what is that mean?
yeah, like people just like, what's an LSV? Like I don't know. So that's my favorite like community moment.
Nice.
Like that showed me like, all right, cool. Like I don't know, it was weird, but like that moment always sticks to me, not because it was like an impossible play that he got, but just due to like everybody in the room.
Built
Yeah.
around it. Yeah.
Yeah, like it just goes to show like without Magic, like you should be able to hang out and interact with the people that are in your community. And that was like a good moment. Like nobody was playing Magic, there was something Magic related, but it's just people like sitting down behind a little tiny phone, just like eating snacks and drinking, like laughing over like the greatest play of 2016 in my book. But,
that's awesome.
Yeah,
well,
come in,
shoot, man. Thanks, Sal. And,
anytime, man.
Thanks for doing these, and I'm pretty sure we'll be seeing you around a little bit
Yeah,
more. Maybe eating some deck techs. Yeah. All right, peace, man.
Take care, guys.